Hi, everyone. Hi, Taylor. I see your new walls. Wow, you've got a lot of
Hello,
stuff.
hello.
How are
Yes,
you?
no, and yes, I do have a lot of stuff. I'm great. Thanks for asking. But we're coming to you today from the Vault in Huntsville, Alabama.
Ooh,
It's
ooh,
a vintage modern collective
ooh.
right here on Memorial Parkway. Super cool shop, super cool people, and they let us sit in here today and have a
That's
super cool
nice of them.
background.
There you
Right.
go. Thank you. So, for anybody who's in Huntsville, this is a great place. So
Yes.
whereabouts
Well,
on Memorial Parkway?
so it's right past University Drive, like if you're heading back toward
In North
Governor's
Huntsville.
Drive. So
Yeah.
no,
No.
not in North Huntsville yet. It's
Okay.
between 565 and University, and
Okay.
I can't see you anymore.
I don't know why this is. Okay.
There,
Now, there
yeah,
we
you're
are. Okay.
back.
Technology, it's always so much fun.
Yes.
So, just wanted
So
quickly to update you on Melania, the movie. I
yes.
there were five of us in the theater when I went last week.
Wow, just five.
I had a emotional support IPA beer and the
Smart.
most unhealthy. I had a hot dog. I thought, you know what, go the whole way. Just
Right.
you need all the ultra processed foods to manage to get through this, and
If
it
we're
was
gonna do bad, let's
needed.
do bad.
I
Yes.
did. I never half-ass anything, so it's just
No.
like I went
No.
all yeah all out. And it was
Oh,
terrible. Like, honestly,
yeah.
even I think even if I mean it's produced properly, like it's a
It's
they
artful.
I guess the angles of
Okay.
the cameras are fine. The editing is all right. Like everything's fine except the
Uh,
music. Apparently now one of the people whose track is in the movie is asking to have it be removed, so that's a little tricky.
yeah,
Yeah, it
right.
goes kind of hand in hand with. Yeah, apparently they didn't formally ask for permission from the
Oh,
people who own the copyrights. I
imagine
don't
that.
know.
Yeah.
It's weird. You're gonna spend $40 million producing a
Oh.
thing and forget the copyrights permission. How come?
Right. Yeah.
And anyway, but it's like I called it in my review, like the best cubic zirconia the money could buy, right? It's
Oh,
everything about it is fake. Now, you would have
okay.
enjoyed, or anybody who enjoys style and clothes and fashion and all this kind of stuff,
Yes, that I
you
can
would
get
have
behind.
loved the parts. Like her shoes are always
Yeah.
impeccable, so is her nails, her makeup, the hair. Like even when she's in the wind under the helicopter, her hair is awesome, right? And then and the part where the designers talk about how they came up with that dress and that hat and the whole thing. So there's some interesting tidbits there if you're
Right.
into that sort of thing. I don't know that it was worth $40 million personally.
Yeah, no.
So
I mean, I told you last week that I wasn't going to pay $10 to see it.
right,
I'll pirate it. But this is the
it'll be
interesting
on
thing.
Amazon Prime soon. So
Yeah.
mm,
But it did catapult Michelle Obama's documentary back to
there you
number
go.
6
Hmm.
on Netflix. And she's, not that she didn't get paid for it the first time, but it's back in popularity. So thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah,
And
to
especially now
Melania.
with, I mean, that was not in the list of things that I sent you that I wanted to talk to you about, but like
But
this
we had to
stupid
follow
racist
up.
meme video that Donald Trump posted, like I was
Uh,
hard. Yeah, I know. It's just, and I think like he's jumping the shark, like right, left, and center. But I do think that this has led on my feed anyway, a bunch of people to post nice pictures of the Obamas to say, you know
everywhere.
what, when they, and that's one thing she used to say way back in the day, that
Yes.
when they go low, we go high. And so I think that a lot of people reacted with this sort of
Yeah.
this sort of attitude to say let's post good pictures of these two. And
She
honestly,
was
you could criticize people, but this kind of meme like is way over the
that's
line.
way
Yeah.
over the edge. She was so
Hmm.
gracious and kind, with that.
Yeah.
When they go low, we go high, because if they go low, I'm going to take it to hell.
Hmm.
All high roads are
Yeah.
closed. Like, you've opened this door, we're going to walk through it. I don't have time, but she was such a gracious first lady to have.
Mm. So I was not, because I'm old and completely out of it. I did not know who Bad Bunny was until I was told
Oh,
that I had to hate him, right? Like when it was announced that he was going to do the
but
halftime show at the
now.
and so I've been following a little bit because he was at the Grammys. Obviously, he won three
Yeah,
Grammys. I want to just
I
last
believe
week,
so.
two or three anyway. And so yeah, looking at him a little bit now, it's like, well, first of all, wow, like what a performer.
Okay,
Number one,
yes.
I didn't
But,
understand a word, but like, except for Canada, I understood that one. Shout out
and
to
then,
Canada, I was happy.
and
But yeah, hmm
Shakira didn't lie when she said hips don't lie. I didn't
right,
understand a word he said, but I understood the body language,
yes, and
the
you know what? Yeah,
movement.
and it's completely okay to have a halftime show. Was it 14 minutes? That was in Spanish, And so
Yeah.
most people who don't speak Spanish were like a little bit out of it, but you still follow because there was a story being
What?
told that you could
Yes.
understand with your eyes, and you can understand with the description of what was happening. Clearly, that was about Puerto Rico. That was about,
It,
his life and the culture
yes.
that he grew up in. What do you think?
If yeah, I mean, it was a beautiful story, and if you couldn't follow it, then you probably couldn't follow theater or opera. It's not always in English, but you can follow along with a little common sense. It doesn't
Hmm.
take a rocket scientist from the sugar fields and the Puerto Rican flags and the dress and the hats and all the things, and it was a beautiful story.
Yeah. And
And
the
he got
style. Oh, it was like
amazing.
visually, it was just perfect. Yeah.
Right. I've never seen the Super Bowl halftime show so uh, styled with the
Hmm.
people and the plants, and it made a maze for him. I mean, it was like setting up a whole theater set. He's falling through roofs, coming outdoors, on the power lines, which I thought was let's not forget when we left them without power for how long.
Right. How long it was, way too
It
long
was
after the hurricane.
right,
Hmm.
right.
Yes.
So Bad Bunny did not forget, but if he's just on your radar, I'm going to need you to back it up maybe a year and research his Calvin Klein ad, because that's when Bad
Oh.
Bunny got on my radar. I was just like, oh,
Okay.
well,
Ooh,
hello,
hello.
right,
Yes.
hello, Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Yes,
I liked, so I read some of the commentary, and I just love the people dressed up as the trees because they did this whole set in like minutes, right?
right.
It's
They
like,
just waddled
and
out.
they just waddled out. They put, this was genius. Number one. Number two, I did like Ricky Martin, so this is somebody I recognize. Like, woohoo!
Right.
Something for old people. I did like Lady Gaga. She was
She was
wonderful.
good.
I
Yes.
was told that his clothing was by Zara. Zara, is that how you
Yes.
pronounce it? So that's a mall. That's a regular. So right. So you could have chosen any designer, like any high-end designer. Chose to go with
Yes.
like a regular mall kind of design. It's kind of a high-end mall, but it's still
Right.
mall accessible. So I did like that touch. Um, the wedding ceremony that was in there. Apparently, there was a
Right.
real wedding.
A
So
real
these two people
wedding.
got married for real. That was just lovely. And yeah, I did like what he said about love is the only thing that's. I'm paraphrasing. I forget exactly how he said it, but love is the only thing that's more powerful than hate.
Right. Stronger than
And
hate.
right, thank you. And I was not looking at the other show, the alternative, the JD
Mm.
Vance halftime show,
Palooza.
which I did. I saw some clips afterwards. I was not looking at both at the same time, and there were about like six people watching. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it was not
But
especially popular.
really, it
Yeah,
was 1 million people is what they gave it.
right.
No, five
And
million people. I'm sorry, five,
okay,
compared to Bad Bunny's 130 and
20 something. Okay.
something. Right. I round up.
Right, of course. And I wish I'd come up with this. I did not come up with it, but I want to say that line anyway, and I'm just gonna claim it. Some people were saying if you need your own halftime show, it's kind of like you're the kind of person who needed, your own separate, different kind of water fountain.
Swimming
I think,
pool,
yeah, I think we
bus
saw
seats. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think
You're
everybody
that
saw
guy.
that, and I did not. Again, I make note like on the artists, and you can have your taste, and you can prefer Kid Rock or whoever else was playing on the
Right.
JD Band show. Like this is fine. Like personally, I'm not into hip hop that much, so I did like the show of Bad Bunny, but it's not my kind of music. But also, I'm 55 years old, so I was not the
Right.
target audience for this. So I'm just enjoying it and shutting up about the rest. Um, but really, I think the alternative, the JD Vance version of that show felt like the kids who keep being excluded from the cool club, just saying, "Screw you, we don't need a cool
Yeah.
club. We'll just have our cool club here," and it's really not cool.
And it was not cool at all.
Yeah.
It was.
So
I've seen.
I think they've lost, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, yes, I've seen. Well, probably every episode of The Voice has better lighting and production than
It was not
their
good, was it?
right. And the lip syncing was not even
Oh.
on point with Kid Rock, because I did watch. I won't say watch. Fast forwarded through, like, just hitting clips this morning, so I would know enough to talk about it. But yeah,
Hmm.
it was not very well done.
Mm,
Yeah,
amazing. Anyway, no,
yeah.
they've really lost, I think, the And it's not just, I saw somebody commented, and I did not go and check that poll myself, but I'll put it out there anyway, that CNN was reporting today that even with the non-college educated Americans, which is really
It's,
his,
a
a
lot.
mass of his supporters, he's losing them. Like I think he's -9 or
Mm,
something with
right.
them. Like
But
anyway, support from folks who don't have college education is dropping for him, and that's the bulk of his audience, right? That's the bulk
yes,
of his supporters. I should say is that's a lot of MAGA is predominantly non-college educated, and if he's losing them, then what has he got other than like the diehard racists?
pedophiles.
Oh yes, the
Yes,
pedophiles too.
the
Ugh.
pedophiles. He has those, right?
Yeah. So yeah, it's not anyway.
Yikes.
We'll see where that goes. Hey,
Mhm.
I wanted to also to touch on, since we're on to music, Huntsville lost a blues
Mm,
legend, completely by, it was not expected at all. He had not been ill as far as I know, but
no.
Microwave Dave, so his real name is Dave Gallagher. He went by Microwave Dave. I think somebody in the audience one day at a show gave him that nickname, and I forget why, and he kept it. I'm not sure what the story is there,
I
but
don't.
why
Yeah.
he's Microwave Dave. But I do know he was 70. No, he just turned 80, I believe, and he was supposed to he was had gigs booked all throughout the weekend and next week and so on, and then Friday put a note on his Facebook saying, not going to make it tonight, caught this bug. And his friends got the note later that night that he'd passed. And a lot of people, I've never got the chance to see him live or
No,
to meet
I've
him
never
or
seen
any
him,
of
but
yeah, after I've heard his music. Stephen King wrote some nice things about him as well, including the introduction to the book about him. Wrote some good things this weekend about him as well on social networks. um, he was especially good. I mean, all the music aside, and his guitar slide apparently was something else. This is not, again, not my specialty. I'm a classically trained pianist, so this is not my thing.
right, right, a
Uh,
little different.
but beyond that, he was really famous for, or not famous, but he really gave back to his community with the music in schools through
Yes,
the foundation that bears his name. And I want to give a big shout out to him to say, this is what makes a community better for having known you, is when you give like this to children especially, and try to
yes,
inspire a love of any kind of art, in this
right.
case
He
music.
gave he
And
gave to the arts for sure.
mhm. And I know many of my friends are mourning. Many of my friends knew him, were friends with him, or had worked with him, and I know they're in mourning. And so I wrote a post about Dave
Mm,
Gallagher, trying to get more people to know about him and be inspired by his example,
right,
um, as a way also to wrap my arms around my friends and help them a little bit as they
right.
grieve. So
Everything we
this,
can
yeah.
do.
hmm So rest in peace,
Right. It's
Microwave Dave. But what
sad
an
day here.
example!
Right, and a legacy that he had. I mean, I never got to see him, but I mean, you couldn't live here in North Alabama and not know who he was. So,
hmm
an
Big guy
amazing
too. Like
legacy.
he
Yes.
was a bear of a man, always wearing those overalls and this kind of floppy hat
Right,
and
just
a big
very
beard.
Alabama,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and going
Like
around with
Southern
his
Gardner
guitar.
and yeah, good
Yeah,
times.
Southern Gardener, exactly. And he would play those cigar box guitars. So they
Mhm.
make guitars out of literally
Cigar
cigar
boxes,
boxes.
yes.
Yeah,
And,
and
we
it
have a
plays and
whole
it makes music.
beautiful music. On the first
Mhm.
floor at the mill, we have the cigar box
That's right.
studio. Yes, and I
Uh-huh.
mean, on Saturdays, they do their excuse me, their jam sessions, and I mean, it's amazing, so,
Well, Huntsville is the
yeah.
kind of place that makes people
We're
like that give back to the
yes,
community. It's just one of the many reasons why this city is so special, and yeah, worth
yes,
acknowledging. So,
absolutely.
all that being said, and Katie Britt, your junior senator from Alabama,
Mhm.
coming to Huntsville in the next couple of days. I think there will be a little protest there as well, because she's not especially popular these days. But
She is not she's very fake, as we
right.
saw.
Right. We've seen on
Yes.
many occasions. I think people up here knew of her that year that she gave the rebuttal to the speech from
Terrible.
the State of the Union address. Was it 3 years ago, 4 years ago? It was under Joe Biden,
Yeah.
obviously. And she was in this kitchen that was like so pristine. And the mother of how many kids? She's got a couple of kids, right?
She yes.
And Nobody that I know of who has actual human children has a kitchen
Lives
that's
in a
clean. It's just
right.
not. It's just not, does not happen, right? Even if you've just scrubbed it, it's not that clean. And this was, people saw that's weird. But that was the face that the Republican Party had decided to put on their rebuttal to there's a special term for that speech that's in response to the State of the Union address, and since then, I don't think that many Canadians have
She yeah,
followed her career very much,
no,
but
no, no.
you you ain't missing much. Yeah,
We don't
you're not
even
missing
follow it
much.
here, but she
Yeah.
was in the news again with the 5-year-old who was detained.
Yes,
And
Liam, little Liam.
yes, and her carrying on like
Like
it's
that's
just,
fine. Yeah.
but it's happening on your watch, hon. Why are you crying about it? Like if you're
Hmm.
going to let it go on, then just own it and be you. Just
Yeah. Be like
pick a side
Christy
of the
Nome and
fence.
say there was a reason why I shot that
Right.
puppy, right?
He was
And then
right.
yeah.
But you have to own it. But if you want respect, so I don't know
Mm.
what I'll have to look and see which day that she's coming here. There's an ice out protest. I saw the poster today and I don't remember, but it's in the evening and it goes in conjunction with the city council meeting. So I don't know
Good.
if she would be there in that area or if it even is the same date, but I'll have to research that and I will
All
let you
right.
know.
And if you're
Mhm.
there, sure hope that you bring your what's that thing you make noise with? That little
Oh, my cowbell.
yes, you cowbell.
Yes,
Yes.
we have several cowbells.
Good.
Yes, so
I
if
like it
we're
when you
there,
make noise like
we
that.
will make lots of noise. Yes.
Excellent. All right. Well, I'll talk to you next week. Have a
Yes.
great week.
All right. You as well. Talk soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.